Hola, bienvenido to the first baking vlog of Vibing with Ummeed, Shamal se Ummeed, and today I'm going to be making this really cute pastel frosted cake. So, come get up and bake with me because baking is fun. Anyways, first of all, I know that I haven't been posting a lot on this channel since I was busy with school, homework and tests, and since everything is in Portuguese, it requires a lot more work and dedicating time. So, I finally have my summer vacations now, and I'm gonna try to post more frequently than before. Anyways, in today's video, I'm gonna be making a frosted cake, as I said before. And before I start, I'm gonna tell you like this little plan of how the process is gonna go. Because whenever I bake, not only cakes but anything, I always plan it beforehand so that we don't end up wasting too much time. First of all, I'm going to be making the batter, of course, which takes about 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. Then is the baking time. It's going to take about half an hour, not much, because I'm going to make like a small 5 to 6 inch cake. As I'm going to try to make a lunchbox cake or a bento box cake, whatever they call it, since it's more in trend right now and it also looks like cute and aesthetic, and you don't need to bake like a lot of cake. Since I'm just going to be baking for 2 people, a small cake is more than enough. After that, we're going to wait for the cake to cool down. So it approximately takes about 1 to 2 hours. The cake has to completely cool down, come down to room temperature, since we're going to frost it, and you don't want to end up frosting a hot cake, right? Because the icing or the frosting is completely going to melt. It's pretty much obvious, but anyways. And then we're going to cool it for some time so that the icing sits. So without wasting much time, let's get into the baking. So the first step is making the batter. So I already have all my ingredients here, and we're going to put it in the bowl. First, we're going to add the dry ingredients. So that is flour, sugar, baking soda. I have my baking spoon here, so it's gonna look okay, perfectly. Always make sure to sift your ingredients, especially flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, before putting it in. But I'm just gonna mix everything together and then I'm gonna sift it so that I don't have to sift them separately. Then we have baking powder, pinch of salt. Now for the wet ingredients, I have mixed and sifted all the dry ingredients in there and all the lumps are gone. So then I'm gonna add, this is a mix of oil and buttermilk. So there are 2 types of buttermilks in baking. One is where you're taking out the milk of the butter, like you're heating up the butter, and once it's melted you take off the milk that has settled. And you could also just mix up yogurt or dahi with a little bit of water and milk to manage the consistency and make it kind of liquidy, and you could put that as well. Both are considered buttermilk. Also, if you have a recipe with eggs and you want to make it eggless, then you can actually replace 1 egg with 1/4 cup of yogurt. But this recipe, which is kind of my original recipe, does not have any eggs, so we don't really need to replace anything else. So, oil and buttermilk gone in, vanilla essence, smells amazing. 1 teaspoon. Okay. Vanilla extract is never too less. Like you could add a teaspoon or a tablespoon and the taste is still not going to be bad. It's only going to get better, but I'm not using too much, just a teaspoon or 2. Now I have put in all my wet ingredients except the food coloring, which I'm going to put in the end. And on a low speed, we're going to whisk. Now my favorite part is adding the food coloring. I'm just going to be using a little bit of pink food coloring, also because we're going to make a pink velvet cake and not a red velvet cake, because pink velvet sounds more fancier than red velvet. Okay, so gel food coloring is very pigmented, so just using a little bit is more than enough. Don't want to make a very dark pink cake. Maybe pink is perfect, I guess. So now I've added the food coloring and now I'm going to beat it once again. Here I have the batter completely mixed and pink. Maybe you cannot see it in the video because of the light, but it's a nice baby pink color as I Now I'm going to pour it into the tin. I have already lined it with butter paper inside or parchment paper, and I've also used some butter on the side so that it doesn't stick. I'm going to pour it in this now. Okay, here. Nice and gonna scoop everything. Not gonna waste a bit of batter. Now I'm gonna pat this batter down like this. 2, 3, 4. This is an important step to get rid of all the air bubbles. Otherwise, once the cake is done baking, you're gonna see like these small spots on the cake of the top, which we don't want. We want like a really nice, smooth, undomed, I know it's not a word, but undomed cake. So now this is gonna go into the oven at 160 to 170 degrees Celsius. If you have Fahrenheit settings, then that's about 330 to 340 Fahrenheit. I bake usually at the fan setting, so it cooks faster and therefore at lower temperature. But if you have a normal convection oven or just a normal OTG oven, then you're gonna bake it at 180 degrees Celsius. But it of course depends on each oven, and you're gonna have to check it in between to see if the cake is not burning from outside and uncooked from inside, right? We have to keep a check on that. So let's put it in the oven now. So the cake has cooled down. I have taken it off in a plate like this, and I've actually seen like this really popular trick of cutting the cake horizontally. For that, we're gonna need toothpicks, about 3 to 4. So halfway, we're gonna insert the toothpicks, not completely in, just like that. 4 toothpicks are good enough actually. Okay, I'm gonna take floss, dental floss. That's nice. Okay. And now with this, so we're gonna cut through like that. There we go. We have 2 slices of cake. Now let's make the frosting. First one is cream cheese. I'm gonna put half the box of cream cheese and add powdered sugar. For the other frosting, which is the buttercream frosting, we're gonna put like a nice amount of buttercream. This is the store-bought buttercream into a bowl. Buttercream usually gets very stiff and hardened in the fridge, so we're just gonna beat it up with a beater to make it nice and smooth. Time to color the frostings with sage. So I'm gonna give these a quick mix. Now is the fun part, stacking up the cake and icing it. So on the cake pad, I've kept the first layer of cake. On this, I'm gonna add the cream cheese frosting, like a generous amount of it. Cream cheese frosting complements the velvet cake very well. I'm gonna add the second layer of cake on top of it, like this, keeping the smooth part on top so that it's easier to frost. Nicely layering it. The cake is nicely frosted, so now we're gonna do a design on the side using this cake scraper thing like this. So what I'm gonna do is I don't have a cake table, so I'm just gonna keep it like this and let it give it a nice effect. And once this design is created, I'm going to go ahead and use pink frosting on the sides. So I also have these little chocolate butterscotch sprinkles, and I'm going to sprinkle it on top on the pink frosting. After keeping the cake in the refrigerator for about 2 to 3 hours, this is the final product. As you can see, our pastry frosted cake with sage green frosting with pink little dollops on top and chocolate butterscotch. I'm gonna cut it and show you how it looks from the inside. Let's try it. It's pretty good, to be honest. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching Vibing with Ummeed. Please subscribe. See you later.